Hello everyone, welcome to the 5th episode of CEO100able's Pre-Resurrection Sunday Let's Plays 2018. In this episode, I am playing the Xbox version of 4x4 Evo 2. I made a Let's Play of this version of this game 5.25 years ago, back in late 2012, and I decided to make this game part of this 2018 edition of the series by making this video. This Terminal Reality logo is exclusive to this game. Now let's let the opening cutscene play. Alright, that was fun to watch. And unlike Monster Truck Madness 1, Monster Truck Madness 2, and 4x4 Evolution, this game doesn't have any live action footage in its opening cutscene. Now let's load one of my profiles. I had to make a cut there because I have a lot of profiles saved onto this Xbox hard disk. Now let's go to quick race mode. Now which track should I start off with in this game? I'll start off with Bayou Flats. I will only do 2 laps, and I will drive the ARB Wrangler Rally Edition, which is the iconic vehicle of 4x4 Evo 2. Look ahead and anticipate the corners. That's what I'll do. This version always gives you tips on what to do in the races and the missions. Here we go. Oh, there's another ARBG Wrangler. Cool. Now I'll take this shortcut on the ferry boat. Now here comes the fun jump. Whoa! That was cool. By the way, this was the only version of this game to include ambient sound effects on most of the race and mission tracks. Whoops! That stunt didn't go well this time. I wanted to take this shortcut only because in this game, none of the AI opponents seem to be taking on that shortcut. Taking that shortcut, I meant. And now I'm in 3rd place. And we have knocked over a boat, and we also knocked down some oil drums. And I made it in 3rd place. Oh well, I'll see about being more careful next time. Oh well, out of ranking. Now let's save my replay. I'll select empty slot. It's okay to show those other replay files in this video. I'll drive on Crazy 2001 next. In the GameCube and PlayStation 2 versions, this track was renamed Crazy 2002 because both versions were released in 2002. I wonder if they made the same change in the Mac version because it wasn't released until 2002. The PC and Xbox versions came out in 2001, or specifically late 2001. Set up your vehicle with settings that favor acceleration and oversteering. I think my vehicle has great specs, the one I'm about to drive again. I'll stick to the ARB Jeep Wrangler for now. And wow, there's the ARB Monster Truck, one of the best racing vehicles in this game. Well, I almost crashed into one of the poles of that checkpoint sign. Same thing happened with the sign that says checkpoint 3. I don't think I'm gonna make this jump. Not enough speed this time. And now I'm in 6th place. Let me see if I can catch up with those opponents. Whoa. I ran into one of those trees. This time, I'm using the original Duke Xbox controller, which I purchased on eBay last year. And it's really a classic controller. So now I'm mastering the controls of the Duke controller. And I made it in 4th place. I hope to get in 1st place in the next race. Now let's save the replay for this race. I made a cut there since I was taking a break from recording this gameplay footage. Now, which track should I race on next? Oh, Costa Rica Rally. That's the track I've already selected. This time, I'll select dusk as the time of day. This race is really long, so I'll go on only one lap. Actually, I changed my mind. I'll do restricted area first. And I'll leave the time of day to dusk. This time I'll drive the GMC Sierra race truck, another one of my all-time favorite racing vehicles in this game. Be on the lookout for the Area 51 UFO. Well, as far as I remember, it's only located in the hangar right next to where the water truck drives on the road. So the UFO won't be in our way. Oh, there's another GMC Sierra race truck. Cool. There we go. This truck only took a few seconds to change to gear 2, and then to gear 3. So I'm doing fine now. Wow. And now I'm doing 2 laps once again in this race. That coyote sound effect sounded familiar. I heard it in several other games such as Putt-Putt and Pep's Balloon-O-Rama, Putt-Putt's One Stop Fun Shop, Muppet Babies Toyland Train, Microsoft Plus for Windows XP, which is actually an enhancement for Microsoft Windows XP, and many other places. Yeah, Microsoft Plus for Windows XP isn't actually a game, although it contains a few games. It's just an enhancement pack for Windows XP. And that coyote sound effect was used as one of the shutdown sound effects included with one of the desktop themes, which is nature. Alright, and we're done with this race. And I made it in 2nd place, even though the results screen is telling me that I'm out of ranking again. I actually recorded this footage on March 25th, 2018, which was several days ago. Now to drive on Costa Rica Rally, I just wanted to drive on another one of the tracks we used from the original 4x4 Evolution game. Now to drive on a track that can be found only in 4x4 Evo 2. Watch out for traps by the temple. Oh, I will. I always do my best to be careful in this game. I always do my best to be careful in the races in this game. Here we go. There's that ARB monster truck once again. Hey, what's going on with the gears here? There we go. Last time it took like 5 seconds for the vehicle to change gears, so why did it take like 10 seconds this time? Maybe it's because of the terrain of this track. Wow, that's Nice, big air. And that monster truck is pushing me. Thank you, monster truck driver. I'm going really fast on this track, which is really amazing. Oh, that monster truck has crashed into one of the trees. Goodbye, monster truck driver. Not again. Oh, there's that monster truck helping me in this race again. Well, kind of. And there we go. It took a few seconds for this vehicle to change gears once again. I really like this jungle evening ambience sound effect. It is one of my favorites in this game. I think it's really beautiful and pleasant to listen to. Don't you? Now let's cross this bridge, which is really near the water apparently. And finally, I made in first place. Awesome! Let's have a look at replay view for a second. Replay mode, I meant. For some reason, the camera angle is changing automatically. Is it me, or is the fact that I'm using the original Duke controller causing the camera angle to change in the chase far view, as well as in the chase near view? I'm not sure why that happens this time. Now I've saved the replay for this race. Let's race somewhere else. How about another jungle-style track? Once again, I'll drive on Treasure Bay. I already drove on the same track in the PlayStation 2 version of 4x4 Evolution in this series, but I want to do it again in this version of this game. Sorry about that, I had to make a cut there because I already tried to drive the GMC ARB Sierra monster truck, but since I installed so many different vehicle parts in career mode, I wasn't able to go really fast in that truck this time. So I decided to select a very old vehicle, which is the Chevrolet K5 Blazer. Here we go. This is my least favorite gameplay theme. I mean, you have to admit, for an off-road racing game, it sounds pretty weird. Oh well, let's just focus on this race and have some fun in it. Remember when they used the palm trees as checkpoint signs in the original 4x4 Evolution game? Well, they did reuse them, but exclusively in this version of this game, which is kind of strange. In the PC, back PlayStation 2 and Nintendo GameCube versions of this game, they only used the newer, regular checkpoint signs on this track. It would have been cool to see all the palm trees being we use from 4x4 Evolution as the checkpoint signs in all those versions of this game as well. I actually did install several vehicle parts to this vehicle in career mode, but not too many, so that it doesn't slow down. But of course, this vehicle can handle several parts and not slow down at all because it's really small. Currently, the ARB monster truck in this profile has over 2,200 horsepower, while this vehicle doesn't have as much. And once again, I made in 3rd place. Alright, let's just move on to the next race. New record, 5th. Oh, really? Other than that, I still did pretty well in this race. Now I'll save the replay for it on my Xbox hard disk. I'll race on Thailand Rally next. This time I'll drive the Dodge Durango Rally Edition. I don't need to search for cash on this track at this point. Thank you. Alright, here we go. This gameplay theme is actually one of my favorites, since it is really cool, and it sounds like you're in a very foreign country, like particularly in Thailand, which is the country this track is based on. All the checkpoint signs in this game are in Thai, not in English. I can't really read them, but I believe they stand for checkpoint. Whoa, that was really awesome. That was just like a roller coaster. You know, the downhill section. Now to do a jump on that giant rock. Wow, that was nice air. And now I made in 1st place. And once again, I did only 1 lap. Not that camera changing glitch again. Oh well, it was still fun to look at replay mode again. Now let's save my replay for this race, because sometimes I like doing that. Now it's time for free roam mode. I'm all done with racing in this video, but I'm not done with driving in this video yet. I'll race on one of the mission exclusive tracks called Alaska, because I already completed all the Alaska missions on this profile. Too bad you can't replay all the missions in this game unless you create another profile. And that mission tutorial information doesn't matter anymore since I've already completed all the missions on this profile. Oh, that map is incorrect. That's meant for Arctic Wasteland, not Alaska. Not sure why they reused it by mistake. Because this is a mission exclusive track, not an actual racetrack. Hear the loons in the background? This is another one of my favorite evening ambient sound effects. Now I'm switching to different cams like the Skyview cam. By default, they would always let you drive with the cockpit cam first, but views can always be changed manually. Why did I push that reset button? Well, I'm just still trying to get used to the controls on the original Duke controller. Wow, it's cool to see that seaplane pass by. A ride on a seaplane would have been nice, but I guess they didn't want to stop. Speaking of which, I'm now done with exploring on this track. It was a lovely sight to look at the water in the evening, wasn't it? Now let's drive on Obstacle Park. The time of day will be midday this time. And I'm driving the ARB Jeep Wrangler again. As you can see on this map, this was originally going to be a racetrack, but this was turned into a mission track instead. Which is why I want to explore on this track. I want to find the actual racetrack on this course. Or the mission track, rather. This mission track, yeah. First I had to cross the bridge, and now I need to avoid those rocks. And while I find the actual racetrack, I'll go ahead and talk more about it. Well, from what I observed, as I said a minute ago, it was originally going to be an actual racetrack to race on in this game against computer opponents or to be raced on by yourself, but they decided to make it a mission track instead, which is really a shame since it would have been cool to actually race on the racetrack in this game. However, there is a custom user-made version of this track that allows you to race on the racetrack, and it was uploaded by a Dutch user named Oops on Casey's 4x4 Evo 2 Place. However, it was called Obstacle Park. I actually made my own version of the same track, and it's called Obstacle Park Racing version because that name is more accurate. Sorry about that, I had to make a cut there because while I was trying to find the actual racetrack, I went the wrong way, so I'm going on the right track now. And I'm driving in the reverse direction. By reverse direction, I mean the opposite way of driving on this track. Whoops, I flipped over. Unfortunately, my vehicle was reset automatically. No, that's not the right way. And I knocked down that arrow sign by accident. Whoops. And now I'm going on the right path. I still am, indeed. I did mention something about me making a custom version of this track a moment ago, so I actually meant to tell you that I also uploaded it to Casey's 4x4 Evo 2 place. In case you're really curious, my account's name on there is 4x4 Evolution Fan. I also have a Casey's 4x4 Evo 1 place account of the same username. For more information on that track, please visit the review topic for it on Casey's 4x4 Evo 2 place. And here we are at the actual racetrack that I've been talking about now. This was supposed to be the area where the vehicles would start racing at. This is the start and finish line, so let's pretend I'm racing here. 3, 2, 1, go! I was a little bit out of sync, but that's okay. I like this awesome downhill section, which would have been fun to race on if this track was made as officially made as a racing version in all the versions of this game. Of course, the custom versions of this track based on this one were made for the PC version of this game. Since this is only a mission track, actually, I don't hear any checkpoint sound effects, of course. And now for this uphill section right here. Whoa, that is pretty steep. Terminal Reality actually recorded official AI TXT files for this actual racetrack in June 2001 from when I discovered in one of the pod files for the PC version of this game, but apparently there is a glitch in those files that occurred towards the end of the race, so I had to record my own AI files when I made my custom version of the racing version of this game. And now I'm done here, since I finished the race, I suppose. Let's move on to something else. How about... Treasure Bay again. And this time I'll cruise around it in the dusk time of day setting. This is an actual racetrack, but of course I'm able to explore it in free roam mode in this game. Here we go. And there's my favorite jungle evening ambient sound effect once again. And again, this is my least favorite theme. The gameplay theme, I meant. There's a treasure chest right here. Let's pick it up. Cool! I found $1,411. That will come in handy. Originally, I intended to leave all the treasure chest locations alone on this profile, but I guess it's time to start collecting all of them again on this profile. I actually made a treasure chest locations walkthrough series back in late 2016 for this game. So, if you want to figure out where all the other treasure chests are located, and please take a look at that series which I uploaded back in late 2016. I used the same version of this game in those videos. Plus, there's also a few GameCube exclusive tracks in the GameCube version, although they're also included in the PlayStation 2 version, which sadly was only released in Europe. Well, I flipped over and I'm no longer underwater now. That's good. Anyway, I also plan to make a bonus part of the same walkthrough series by making a video for all the treasure chest locations in those tracks that can be found exclusively in the GameCube and PlayStation 2 versions. You can also drive all them in the PC versions as they've been uploaded by a user on Casey's 4x4 Evo 2 place. Well, I'm flipping over again right here. But it's okay since I'm done driving on that mountaintop, whatever that is. Well, I'm underwater again. I actually want to go on one of those very small islands just to take a nice glimpse of this edge of the island. The larger island, I meant. Here I am on one of those sandy hills, and that boat is passing by. And I've been watching the boat as well, while I was talking about my treasure chest walkthrough series. Now it's stopped here. This is a nice view. It's a lovely sight, isn't it? Now we're all done with exploring on this track. How about Thailand Rally as well? And this time I'll do this in the dusk time of day setting here too. The e-brake. That's why I was trying to figure out with my original Duke controller in this version of this game. Oh well, I'm still getting used to the controls of it in this game. And once again, there's that jungle ambience, evening ambience sound effect. Oh, this is a racetrack, so and that checkpoint sound effect played since I actually drove through checkpoint 1, which doesn't usually happen very often, if I'm correct. So in this version of this game, this jungle ambience, evening ambience sound effect, I meant, can be heard in Costa Rica Rally, Thailand Rally, and Treasure Bay. For some reason, one of the tracks in Baja Beach, even though it's another jungle-style track, doesn't have any ambient sound effects. Now I'm gonna take a glimpse here on the docks where this boat's moving back and forth. Whoa! I'm underwater now. I was trying to get myself into a very good position until I accidentally fell off, so let me try again. Oh, we have another boat to watch as it passes by. And again, this gameplay theme is one of my favorites, since it sounds kind of dramatic, which makes some exotic location races really fun and interesting. And now I'm done on Thailand Rally. Let's race on one more mission exclusive track. I'm all done with exploring the actual racing tracks in this video. But I'm still not done with driving yet. This time I'll do midday as the time of day one more time. See all those yellow lines? That's actually the roadway path. Well, there's mostly asphalt roads on this track, even though this isn't an actual racing track, it's just a mission exclusive track. This gameplay theme is one of my all-time favorites in this game because it sounds like you're out in the countryside. Out of all the gameplay themes in this game, this one is really the best. Now to go on this dirt path because I want to go over to the sawmill. Oops, didn't mean to hit that tree. I also didn't mean to knock this fence down. Whoops, not again. Just want to drive over this bridge, which looks really cool. Now to drive across the water here. Oh, my vehicle was almost completely underwater. Now where's that sawmill? I want to go there because there's a sound effect there that I want to hear. Oh. Has to be around here somewhere. It's not really over here, so I'll cross this water in the opposite direction. Actually, that water is part of a river. There's that sawmill. The place I was looking for. Now I hear something at the sawmill. Sounds pretty cool, although I don't see any logs moving on that slide or conveyor belt or whatever that is. This forest daytime ambience sound effect is really nice. I like the sound of that sawmill ambience sound effect here as well. Whoops, why did I press the reset button again? Oh well, I just wanted to take a glimpse of this river here in the daytime. Actually, it's a lake, even though it's connected to a river. That was pretty cool. And now I'm all done with driving in this game in this video. No, I don't want to roam on Washington Park again. I meant to press the back button. Now let me save my profile. Well, that'll be it for this episode of CEO100able's Pre-Resurrection Sunday Let's Play 2018. This is actually my final episode. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the entire series. And thanks for watching. Goodbye everybody, and that's about it. And have a happy Easter/Resurrection Sunday.